You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome to I Am Refocused Radio. I'm your host, Shamaya Reed, and man, today is another show for y'all. Man, we have the one and only Walter Perry, the founder of Suit Up, the amazing organization that is out there changing lives, impacting lives of young men, helping them find their purpose and giving them opportunities of a lifetime to be the best of themselves that they possibly can be. So I want to welcome to the show Walter Perry and allow you to do the honors of introducing our guest in the middle, Mr. Grant.
How you doing? First of all, thank you for inviting me back, Shamaya. Refocus magazine, the radio podcast. Just thank you for bringing us back and supporting everything that we're doing with the Suit Up program. Who I have right here is Grant Hernandez. He's part of the Suit Up program. He's part of the Trainers program. Suit Up just recently signed a partnership. We just completed a partnership with St. Philip's College, so where we train up to 25 trainers to do the type of work that we're doing in the Suit Up program. And Mr. Hernandez, what's your major?
Business finance.
He's a business finance major, and he's also part of the Collegiate 100, which is a very good leadership program of St. Philip's College. And I'll let him just tell you a little bit about himself before I get into what I'm doing. Go ahead.
So my name is Grant Hernandez. I'm a college student at St. Philip's College. I'm part of Collegiate 100. And Collegiate 100 is a mentorship program at St. Philip's that helps students find their passion.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, so Grant, tell the audience, man, how did you find out about this program with Walter Perry, and what inspired you to give it a shot, man?
I found Mr. Perry's program, Suit Up, through Collegiate 100. I've always been interested in mentoring. I've always been looking to give back to the community. And Collegiate 100 was having an event, and they asked everybody, do you want to mentor students to give back to the community? And that's how I fell into Suit Up, and I'm having a great time, and I love it.
Yep.
And real quick, man, what's your goals, man? What's your life big dream, man? What's that one thing that you want to pursue, man?
So I like to pursue business finance, but I also like to pursue to give back to the community and to always carry that and give that back to the San Antonio community as well.
Well, Grant has a big opportunity in front of him, and he has a bright future. And Walter, tell us a little bit about this whole awesome program that you're doing, mentoring young men and everything that's all about the Suit Up. What is it, and how did it get started? Tell us about that.
Well, the Suit Up program is a program that started basically as a concept back when I was in prison as a youngster. There was a term in there that they used called "Get ready, stay ready," and that meant always stay prepared, because you never know what could happen up in there. Stuff was always happening, and so out here in the world, it's the same thing. You have to get ready and stay ready because you never know what could happen. And so there was a situation out here where I was driving trucks, I was doing well, and all of a sudden I was homeless, and I didn't have any clothes, I didn't have anywhere to go, but I ended up going to St. Philip's College, where somebody became a mentor for me, and there was an event where I had needed help, and somebody took me and bought me a suit, and it changed my life. And so I wanted to give that experience to everybody else that I encountered after that. And so once I left St. Philip's College at that time, I started helping kids, and I started helping people that was coming home from prison. Just started by just giving them socks and stuff like that, and then it morphed into what it is now. And my wife has been really inspirational, Alicia Perry. I'll talk about her later. She was really inspirational in a lot of the stuff that I was doing, because she was doing the girls' hair. We was dealing with boys and girls. So she was doing the girls' hair and working with them along with a few other people that was with us at the time. But I primarily had the boys, and our first graduating class was Sam Houston. And so the Suit Up program evolved. It started with a concept. I used the program, and a lot of the activities that we have, I still use them today. And so that's why I'm glad Mr. Grant is a part of the program, because now it gives somebody else the chance to not only mentor and become a part of the community, it gives him a chance to leave his own mark and to be somebody out here. And that's all we really want to be. When we die, God tells us, just do something, do it for me, and I'm going to make sure I give you everything else. And all we really want to do is just really be somebody and leave our mark on this world. And I believe that's what the Suit Up program is. It's a program where you can leave your mark on the world. You can really put your own flavor into it and really feel like somebody at the end of the day, and you don't have to sell yourself short or sell yourself out, and you can really help people.
And it's great you use the term leave your mark. Because I say a lot of times on the show, life is a blank canvas. Our gift is the paint. Our action is the mark we leave. So that's very fitting when you see the young men that are part of your program grow up to be the best that they can be. What is some of the things that you want every individual to take away when they're done with this program?
Well, the first thing I want you to do is know how to tie a tie. Like, if you go through my program and you don't learn how to tie a tie, I feel like I failed you, because that right there, no matter, it looks minute, but that is the foundation of our program. And if you look on our logo, you see that our logo is a tie, and the tie is the foundation of a suit. People look at your tie, you know what I'm saying? A tie makes your suit pop out. And so, I want you to know how to tie a tie, but most importantly, I want you to meet new people. I want you to be open. I want you to have the confidence to be able to go in any situation, no matter what it is, and present yourself in a professional manner. Even if you're not in a professional situation, you always are mentally in a professional situation. And, you always are cognizant of the things you're saying and the things you're doing and the people that you're affecting. So, that's what I want them to leave with. And we have a motto, I want for my brother what I would want for myself. And if you want the best, then you have to exude the best. And your brother, if they help you, or your sister, they need help, you give them the best. And sometimes, I've had people who've come over who need clothes, and I've given them clothes I just bought, haven't even took the tags off yet, because I know that I can always get that back. But at that time, that person, they just want that dignity back. And maybe this brand new piece of clothing can give them just a little piece of that dignity back. And so that's what Suit Up is right there. The clothes, the way you dress up and the way you prepare, it's rebuilding your dignity. It's rebuilding your pride, because when you step out, you look good, you feel good. And you see how we look today. We look good. And people treat you a certain way. And when you're not looking your best, people treat you a certain way. And we want these kids to feel confident. I want Mr. Grant to always feel confident. Mr. Hernandez to feel confident that no matter what room he goes in, no matter if it's the president of the college or if it's his peers in Collegiate 100, he goes in there and commands that room. And that's what it's about. No matter where you come from, you command any room where you go to.
And that's the key. And speaking of the foundation of the tie, there's a foundation core for the organization and certain principles that you're teaching these young men. Give us some examples of some of the principles, some of the moral, just foundational core that you provide for these young men to learn throughout the program.
The foundations are self-love, respect, knowledge, achievement, and righteousness, and those are our pillars. And so we have levels that we call the cocoon stage. If anybody knows the process of a butterfly, it starts off as an ugly caterpillar, and a lot of us start off really ugly, but we go through this phase where we get inside of our cocoon and we stay there, and that's that process of change, and that's what each of us are. We're all caterpillars who are in our cocoons, going through the process and taking that change. And so the pillars of self-love, of righteousness, of, I forgot another one, which is justice. Those things, those foundations, you have to instill those into your everyday walk of life, because when you're a mentor, you got to show justice. You got to show fairness. You know what I'm saying? You got to be righteous. You got to be square dealing, because there's going to be some kids that's going to trust you with information. There's going to be people that's going to trust you with donations. You got to make sure that the money that they give you go to those kids. It goes towards what the mission is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So those pillars, that honesty, that openness, but at the same time, it's that righteousness that the cause is bigger than you. There's a cause. There's always a cause. God put us on this earth because there's a cause. Adam and Eve, they had a cause, but they made themselves bigger than the cause, and it cost them. And a lot of people who God put in positions to do great things, they put themselves bigger than the cause. And Suit Up is my cause, and now it's his. And so we know that there's something bigger than us, and we're never going to lose that fact that, you know, God has put this in our hands. He put a great responsibility that we humbly and we excitedly accept, but we know that there's an accountability factor there. And so those pillars, it holds you accountable. And so even my wife, you know, what she's doing with the school district, she holds to those pillars as well, because she can't go in there lying to those parents. Even if they don't want to hear what she has to say, she lets them know, hey, look, this is a process, y'all. When I came, this was a F district. But now the East Side, SAISD, they're leading the city and parts of the state in achievement. I'm talking about as far as growth, as far as test scores, as far as a lot of things. And the principals there, Suit Up is at Davis right now. We're at King. We're at Cameron. We're at Gates Elementary. Did I say Gates? We're at Gates, Cameron, King, Davis, St. Philip's College. We're at those 5 schools right there. But those 4 schools that I named before St. Philip's College, well, also St. Philip's College, because they got the early college high school program there. That's part of SAISD. They got an A rating. They're A school. So, and King is a B school, and Gates, I think, is a B school as well. And so a lot of these schools were failing. And so it's the principals, it's the leadership. And, you know, my wife, she's right in there too. She's making the necessary relationships. She's going into the school. She's talking to them. And all I can do, you know, because there's a lot of things she can't tell me, but just going in there and just being a part of the process and just getting engaged and volunteering my time and going up in there. And then now these young men are going up in there, volunteering their time. Suit Up, the foundation is much, much bigger than us. Suit Up is going to be here well after I'm dead and gone. Promise you on this. It's going to be like Disney. I'm telling you. Like, when I'm dead and gone, they're going to be like, they're going to have my picture up. And like,
the OG.
The OG. Like, yeah, this is the guy, he was homeless and all that. So, and that's why we came up with the curriculum, because it's a step-by-step process on how you can do it. And back to the butterfly, that's why we're all caterpillars inside of this cocoon, because we're all going through our own change. And then after that process is complete, we come out very beautiful. And so some people may come out looking like a moth, but you're still functional. You're still functional though, but most of us will come out of that process looking like beautiful butterflies. And so that's the process that we use in Suit Up. And so that's why I'm grateful that God has used me. There's been some ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, but I believe that God has told me that this is a test. He said, look, things are not going to always be what you want them to be, but trust what I have to say, and trust my signs, and just don't lose faith, because I'm going to show you the way through. I'm going to put people in your life that's going to be good for you. This man is good for me. You know what I'm saying? This young man and those other young men at St. Philip's College, and those kids and all the administration and everybody, they've all been good to me, and they've been good to my family. My kids go to St. Philip's College, and they're also at these other schools where I work at. So these are not kids where I'm just out of my community. I live right around the corner from a lot of these schools. So that's where we're at right now. That's the foundation.
And when you see all this coming together, it's starting to unfold. You're starting to see results. I like to say, when you hold on to your dream will hold on to you.
Yes.
But before you even have a dream, you got to find purpose. So I want to bring Grant back in here real quick and say, Grant, talk to the audience real quick. How has all this benefit you, and how have you personally started to apply this in your personal life?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it applies to our leadership skills. At St. Philip's College, they tell us that we're all leaders. And as a leader, you have to be willing to learn and to apply it to your life, your education, and everything that you do. And I hope from this program, everybody takes away how to always learn, to never stop learning.
And speaking of learning, when you are building your life as a man, as an individual, you have goals, you have dreams, you have places you want to be in life. You have like a roadmap of, I want to do this at this age. I want to do that. I want to achieve this. How do you keep yourself motivated? Because just because you wear the tie doesn't mean life is perfect.
Exactly.
So how have you managed to keep yourself motivated throughout times when it's awesome and times when it's not that great?
God, really, praying. He has a plan no matter what. And every time there's a dark cloud, there's sun right behind it.
Ooh.
Always.
Man, that was a mic drop moment. Say that one more time for people in the back.
If there's a dark cloud in your life, remember there's blue sky and sun right behind it.
Man, that just hit me, dude. Like, that hit me because the way you said it just, that's real, because there's so many times when you're growing in life. You're growing. Sometimes you're outgrowing certain environments and certain places, and you dream big, but you're looking at your current circumstances like, well, shoot, I don't know if I'm worth it. Maybe this ain't for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna be real transparent right now. I didn't know we gonna be having radio. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This was just an idea.
Yeah.
But the difference is when you run with it.
Yeah.
And like Grant is running with it. He's becoming a leader. And I like what you're talking about, Walter, earlier about accountability. You sometimes can be in a place in life where you have the platform and you forget where you came from. You can get so excited that people are starting to recognize you, and you just forget the whole meaning of the platform.
Or you completely ignore. So let's take this word ignorance, right? By definition, ignorance means to have lack of knowledge of something. You don't know. But if you really listen to the word ignorance, ignore. What does ignore mean? You don't pay attention to something. You disregard something. So in your ignorance stage, where you're disregarding stuff, you're not looking at the signs, things begin to happen. And so that's why it's important to know if you're being ignorant to something or if you're being ignorant to something. And that's what Suit Up is. It's teaching you to navigate through those tough waters. And you gotta listen to the young people as well as the old people, and be open to a lot of things. But most importantly, be open to the signs and what God is telling you. You have to say, hey man, maybe I'm not really doing as hot a job as I think I am. And we have an activity called Mirror Minder, where you have to literally look in the mirror and talk to yourself. And we spend a lot of time in the mirror, getting ready each day. We also look in the mirror when we going through something. A lot of us can't look in the mirror, and so because we can't face who we really are. And once you learn who you really are, then it's easy to look at yourself in the mirror. So, man, I'm just really grateful to have people like Grant and the other brothers like Naye and all those other brothers who are there, because they give me a sense of purpose. And that purpose is being able to feel comfortable passing down what I learned to them, and they're going to pass it down to somebody else.
And we heard the terms pay it forward, and you talked about paying a price. And I want to touch on that before we let you go, because there are prices to be paid for success. there's not one person on this earth that has obtained a successful life without pain. Pain is a requirement, it's a prerequisite for you to be able to have that thing to pass on, called value. Because without life experiences in those downtimes, you really have nothing to offer. You literally have nothing to offer. So touch on that, Walter, because with your history and what you've been through has put you in a position, a unique position, to really transform lives.
Mm-hmm. And, thank you for that. And first of all, I want to say thank you guys, because I've seen where you guys were, where y'all been grinding at. There's a saying, and it's two sayings I'm going to give. The first one is, sometimes the people you start with ain't the people you finish with. There were some people who was with that I was around, and we had meeting after meeting about how we going to do this, how we going to do that. But when things happen, things went another way. You know what I'm saying? And you can get behind people and you can push them. You can sacrifice your time. You can give in your money. But if people really don't believe in that vision, they're not going to be there. And I'm telling you this from experience. I started with a certain number of people, and I'm down to scraps right now. And, and you do lose, because I've lost a lot. The race was just some competitive. Like, I'd be mad and I ain't gonna lie, I was mad because I'm competitive and I knew that I was the best person for the job. People can say that's wrong, but that's like me applying for up here for a radio job and I don't get it. I'm like, I know I'm better than Shemaiah. They gave him the job. Everybody says that, but I said, but I'm also good at other stuff. And that was a turning point in my life, because people want you to be a certain way. And when you're not like that, then people just leave, and they don't really kind of like understand that even in the Bible, like all the prophets, like they had wives and family members who didn't believe in them. They left. I just read about Sodom and Gomorrah, about how Lot was telling his wife, the angel said, don't look back. Like they're going to destroy the city. Don't look back. And she looked back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can give different narratives about a lot of stuff, but God just takes us on unique journeys. And the second quote that I'm going to leave y'all with is, I heard this when I was in D.C. at the HBCU conference. It's an older guy, like almost 100. He said, in life, do something so well that nobody living, nobody dead, or ever yet to be will be able to do it better. And he said, if you don't do it, then it'll never get done. And that stuck with me, even like right now, passing this on to them, but then at the same time, knowing what the prophets went through in scripture, and just knowing what great men went through. The story is still unfolding, but I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I lost a lot, but I gained a lot too.
I was just about to go there. Sometimes you have to lose in order to gain.
I gained a lot. I'm telling you, the things that I lost do not compare to the things that I gained. And God has clearly showed me where this is going. And I'm telling you, man.
He has to make room.
He has to make room. Like I just threw out a lot of stuff in my house just so I can make room for more stuff. I threw away a small TV and I got a bigger TV, just to be kind of literal about it. But the people who were in my life at that time and the people who've left, even after the race, because when you lose, trust me.
And sometimes it's protection.
Right. Trust me. When you lose, people treat you like a loser. But you got to know that you're not a loser. You got to know that, hey, man, that's just something that I did. Man, I can do this too. I can do something else. That's when you know you're a winner. And so I'm going to close with this. Trust God. There were times where I felt like I could lean on my own understanding. And don't be afraid to go for things that's for you. It's okay to be selfish sometimes, but not to the point to where you stepping on people. And so I just want to thank y'all for like letting me come up in here. And I just want to thank the guys from Collegiate 100. I want to thank St. Philip's College for taking a chance on me, SAISD and all the schools I work with and the principals and stuff like that. And I just want to thank all the kids who, like, every time I walk in, they got ties on. They're teaching other little kids, and they give me hugs when I walk in, and they always just give me their best. And that's all I can ask. Oh, and one more thing. We are asking for suit donations. So if anybody has professionally new or gently worn suit, professional attire, that means ties, socks, shoes, suits, shirts, whatever, for middle school kids and college and high school kids, please give me a call. Please hit my email, wperry@firstexposureinc.org. That's wperry@firstexposureinc.org. We're setting up suit up closets at St. Philip's College and all the schools that I work at. And Grant, can you give them the Collegiate 100 contact if they want to donate some suits at St. Philip's College, please?
Sure, yes. The Collegiate 100 contact is going to be a number at 210-718-1142. Again, that's 210-718-1142. And this is going to be for suit donations for Collegiate 100 St. Philip's College.
Yes, and all other accessories. So suspenders, cufflinks, watches, it doesn't matter. We'll make sure that it's taken care of and put in the right hands.
And also, before we let everyone go, Grant, what would you give to the audience? Say someone's listening right now. Maybe they're not in San Antonio, man, because we're reaching all around the world. So this is your moment. Because I like what Walter Perry was talking about, the now. Like, we need to live in the now, because now is all you have. Like, your moment right now, whatever you do with it, history, remember it. So the most tragic thing would be if people put the paintbrush down.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And, there's two highways, one to heaven and one to hell. And the highway to hell is a superhighway, and everybody's having fun and everybody's getting there faster. The highway to heaven and success is a very rocky path. It's not straight, but you have to remember what the goal is. And, all those rocks and you getting hurt and experiences is going to teach you and better you as a person.
Man.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
We got some amazing young men, amazing leaders, and you may see them in the political field soon. So, I wouldn't be surprised if, some of the guys that I'm working with, they come from all places, Florida, New York, Cali, Orlando. Well, he's from Orlando. So we got different flavors, and they got all different types of talent. Some sing, they play instruments. I don't know if y'all go on my gram, y'all can see them on there, and they're ready and they're hungry. And so they just need a channel and they need a vehicle to where that they can showcase themselves. And so, if you guys want to, work with the Collegiate, I'm pretty sure that we can arrange something. They always are having events. Oh, can you tell me about your event before we go?
Yeah, so coming up in December 7th, which is a Saturday, Collegiate 100 is going to be having a study session. So it's going to be filled with food, and everybody can help each other study for finals. So that way, because nobody has to go through it alone. And
if they want more information, how they can be a part of that, where do they go, or how can they contact you or the person they need to contact?
Yeah, so definitely you can go to, obviously, St. Philip's College. We have our collegiate office in the Turbine Center. And then the contact information would be my number for right now, which is 210-718-1142.
Yes.
Man.
Did I get my phone number out?
Yeah, please do that.
210 Walter Perry, suit up, 210-620-1566. And you can call me 24 hours a day. I usually answer. So go ahead.
And with that being said, man, this was a very informal, amazing, educating, uplifting, powerful. I just go through a whole list of words that can describe this episode, and I would say it's well needed and it's overdue, because too many people are walking blind, and I appreciate both y'all being the light that people need to see. Not because, like you said earlier in the show, it's not about us, but it's the gift inside us that carries on. And when you leave that for people, I'm telling you, when you give it away, there's nothing that can pay me enough.
That's right.
So when you leave it all for somebody else to use it for their escape, it's almost like you're allowing people to escape from their own prison.
And we always looking for volunteers as well. And we are also looking to train people to do the type of work that we're doing. So if you would like to volunteer, you can call my phone number, or you can also volunteer with the Collegiate 100. You can give them a call. They're always looking for volunteers and people who want to be a part of the organization. They're always looking to partner with good people out here. And so we partnered up, and I truly believe it's going to be something phenomenal. So if you're somebody who loves working with the youth, love working with college people, love education, is a champion for those types of things, please reach out to us and, give us a call, and let's see what we can do. I'm pretty sure we got plenty of good work out here in the community. And so also, if you're somebody who just got out of jail and you're looking to do something in the community to turn your life around, contact me. I'm somebody who's formerly incarcerated, and I understand that people make mistakes, and we're not about the mistakes, we're about the progress. So please reach out to us and see if we can make that connection to you. It really don't matter where you're from. We just want to make sure that you got the best heart and the best intentions when it comes to working with these young people.
Man, that's it, man. That's the time we have for today, man. I want to thank Walter Perry and Grant being on the show today. And like I said, man, this is what I Am Refocused Radio is all about, man. I'm going to leave y'all with this quote, one of my favorite quotes in the whole wide world. And every person I met ever since my sophomore year in high school, I share this quote with them. This quote by Blaise Pascal. He said, "In faith, there's enough light for those who want to believe, but also enough shadows to blind those who don't." So wherever you're at in life, always have faith. It doesn't matter how low you go, because even if you hit rock bottom, you can always look up. So with those words, get out there, dream big, stop making excuses, surround yourself with like-minded people, connect with Suit Up, connect with Walter Perry, connect with the Grants of the world, because those are the very people that you need to get ahead. And I'm going to drop the mic and leave.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
Keep God first, stay focused,
Suit
and
up the world.
peace.
Suit up the world.
This is Gene Hildebrand with Engage SA. For a comprehensive listing of Christian events in San Antonio each week, check out the Engage Christian Calendar. The calendar is distributed via email each week to about 700 subscribers, absolutely free of charge, as a ministry to the San Antonio Christian community. To subscribe, go to Engage SA on Facebook and click the button for email list. Or you can find the calendar posted on Engage SA as well as 17 other group sites. I'm Gene Hildebrand. Engage.
Hi, San Antonio. Need a barber? Visit our good friend Rico Rodriguez, the owner of Rockafellas Barbershop in San Antonio, Texas, 1733 Babcock Road, and book your appointment today by calling 210-782-5188.